my channel. My name is Castelline if you're new, and if you're not, I hope you've been great since the last video. Welcome back. Today I am in the kitchen because the world seems to have been going crazy lately. We have aliens now. The economy is going to crash and burn. Everything just seems to be going crazy, and so have I been with how I've been eating. I've just been eating anything and everything and anytime I want, and I'm speaking about 11 p.m. ice cream. 11 p.m. tub of ice cream, and I don't know why I was doing that, but you know, it's just sometimes there is bulking season and sometimes there is shredding season, and now I am entering into my shredding season. I need to take care of things in the kitchen department or else. So I'm going to be preparing a bunch of low carb foods that I'm going to have for the next few days. I'm not going to do a full week meal prep simply because if you keep eating the same things, you get bored and then you start ordering takeout and stuff like that, and this is what I want to avoid. So I want to stay on my toes in terms of my diet, so I'll prepare like meals for the next 2 or 3 days. Then again after that I'll do another preparation. So I think that will work well for me. So let me get to preparing my ingredients, and if you get a chance to try any of the recipes, do let me know how it works out for you.
The first thing I'm going to be preparing is the skinless chicken thighs. They already came skinned from the butcher. And full disclosure, there are going to be a lot of chicken recipes in this video simply because chicken is a lot cheaper and easily available as compared to good quality beef. I laid out all my spices because I prefer to mix the spices before I add it to the chicken for better distribution. I will say that I'm not following any particular recipe. I just picked the spices that I like personally, and then I added a bit of soy sauce and some oil. The amount of spice is a personal preference, but if your chicken doesn't change color, is it even seasoned? On top of that, herbs and spices usually don't add any extra calories to the food, so healthy food doesn't have to be bland and boring, and you can season it to your heart's content. Because I'm preparing a lot of different cuts of chicken, I try to make it in different recipes just to have more variety. So I'm going to cover this and let it marinate in the fridge, and I'm going to be preparing this in the form of a wet fry. So I'll be preparing my wet fry ingredients. I will cook the chicken thighs in the air fryer first before I add them to the sauce, so I'll be preparing the sauce separately. I just sprayed a little bit of olive oil on the bottom to prevent the chicken thighs from sticking, and I line my air fryer with some foil just to make it easier to clean later on. So I just use the air fryer settings for chicken thighs, and it will determine the temperature and the duration of time required. Now that the sauce is ready, I'm just going to be adding the air fried chicken into the sauce. And since the air fried chicken is already like almost all the way cooked, from here, once I add the chicken, I'll just let it simmer for about 10 to 15 minutes and then it will be done. While the chicken was going, I also prepared some green beans and carrots on the side, but there's nothing interesting about it, so that's why I didn't include the process. The next thing I wanted to prepare was sticky wings, and one of the issues with sticky wings that makes it unhealthy is that the prominent ingredient is brown sugar, but I have a solution for that, so let me spice it up and then I will show you. Once again, the spices you add is personal preference, but baking powder is a secret ingredient that makes the chicken skin more crunchy, I believe. But I've seen a lot of recipes that use baking powder when you're frying chicken, especially in the air fryer, so I decided to add some just to get a bit more crunch. While that marinates, I just want to show you quickly what I do with my air fryer, especially with the foil lining. This air fryer has a mesh base, and this mesh, like whenever you cook stuff on it, the food tends to stick on it, and you scrub it like the non-stick coating comes off the mesh. That's why I usually just line with some foil and then I use a skewer to poke a few holes so that the air can circulate through the food. I know that you can buy the parchment paper that comes with the holes already poked through, but whenever I was searching for Amazon, I kept on finding the round ones, and my air fryer has a square base. Another pro tip is you can add a little bit of water to the base where the oil collects in case your air fryer smokes while cooking food. So this is a tip I found online because all the grease tends to drain to the bottom, and when it gets too hot it starts smoking. So you can just add a little bit of water to prevent the air fryer from smoking your house. While the wings are cooking, I'm going to go ahead and prepare the sauce for the sticky wings, and for this you need about a cup of water. Ideally you should use rice vinegar, but I only had cane vinegar, so I decided that would be just as good. And I added half a cup of that, then some ginger and garlic, and I used xanthan gum as my thickener for the sauce. Soy sauce about 3 tablespoons, and this is my secret replacement for the brown sugar. This is a 0-calorie sugar replacement, and you can use it pound for pound as with regular sugar. And the last thing I added was some chili flakes, and then I whisked that up all together, and then I turned on the heat and let it simmer. Because xanthan gum is a thickening agent, you have to keep stirring the sauce to prevent it from forming clumps. I just realized I had forgot to add the sesame oil, so I'm doing that now. And then once the sauce boils down to a desired consistency, you can then add in the chicken. Now let's take a sharp left turn from all the chicken content. I know it's a lot. Even though I have decided to eat low carb, I'm not the only person who eats in this house. So I'm going to be preparing some pilau for my husband. To be honest, I'm not a pilau making expert. I've only made it about 2 or 3 times. And this recipe, I just got it online. So I will leave it linked down below in case you're interested in trying it out. But it's simply using the slow cooker for everything. So from saute to the slow cook function or the pressure cook function, I use the slow cooker. So I will just let you watch my process, but the recipe will be linked down below in case you want to try it out. enough of the break. Back again with another chicken recipe, and this is going to be baked chicken thighs, and this is, I think, the easiest out of all the recipes. Spice your chicken thighs, marinate, and then throw them in the oven. Time and temperature depends on your oven. I did around 230 degrees Celsius for about 35 minutes, flipped over to the other side for another 15 minutes. So these are my main sources of protein. Of course, I'll be serving these chicken options with either salads or cooked veggies. I have cut up some parchment paper and I have a few Ziploc bags here because there is this spice that I found in Carrefour and I wanted to try it out. It's the burger seasoning by Salt Bay, and looking at the ingredients, I don't see any added sugars, any added wheat, so I thought it would be nice to make some burgers out of it. The reason why I have the Ziploc bags is because I'm not going to be cooking the burgers. I'm just going to season the meat and then divide it into the patties and store them so that it will be easy whenever I want to make a burger. I just pick out the already seasoned patty and prepare them. I got a couple of Ziploc bags because I want to store like 2 patties in each bag. So once I put it in the freezer, whenever I want to make a burger, I don't need to thaw the full thing. I just take like 1 bag of 2 patties and prepare that instead. The reason why I don't like the pre-packed burgers that you buy from the store is if you look at the ingredient list, you will be shocked. There is so many additives, preservatives, and stuff that I really don't need in my system right now, especially since I'm trying to get my life back on track with this eating thing. So that's why I prefer to make the burgers from scratch. For these burgers, I will either have them bunless, only with lettuce and cheese, or I will prepare the Keto burger buns. I have prepared those on here before in a different video. I will link it down below if in case you want to check it out.
A few hours later and my meals are done. You can see from my face I have been sweating in this kitchen, and I usually do wash as I go, so my dish rack is full and I still have a few more things which I need to wash, so I need to empty that and then wash the rest. But I'm happy with the results. I have some yummy meals for the next couple of days, so I'm really pleased with that. So I just wanted to come up here and close off the video and just let me know if you try any of my recipes, techniques. Are you the kind of person who prepares your food every day? Because I know some people who are like that, who prefer fresh food made every day. For me, I'm okay with the food that stays for like 2 or 3 days. Some people prefer fresh food every day, and some people are able to do like month-long meal preps, in which case I'm wondering, like, gosh, what if you get bored? I don't know, my tastes change with every couple of days. Anyway, so just want to say thank you so much for watching all the way until the end, and if you haven't subscribed, please check and subscribe. We're trying to get to 500. If you like the video, share with someone. And what else? All these questions I've asked, you can leave a comment down below. But anyway, that's it for this video. Thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you on the next one.